Hello, this is Chodaros Designs, Chodaros Bling, and today's tutorial is on the Tangled Prayers bracelet. And this bracelet was designed by Jane Koshan on Instagram, and it is a rendition of her crossing prayers design, which is on the left here, that you can also find on my channel. So if you've done the crossing prayers, you will have no problems doing the tangled prayers. There is just a slight modification, nothing too difficult, and you can see how this one is completely encapsulated by diamonds, and this one has just a slight variation with an extra band added without a bead right there. So should be super simple, short tutorial. So let's grab our supplies. You should need about 18 or more beaded bands, and those bands will just go down the center. I used a 4mm round gold ball, and I just put it on a opaque white band. And this is a, let's see, these bands here are from Transex. They are the beet color. And if there's any bands that you ever see that you do not notice that are on rainbowloom.com, I do grab some bands from different companies that Rainbow Loom does not provide at this time. Alright, so I'm going to use a double-sided hook, which is a 4050mm hook. It is not necessary, but I find it a little bit easier. So we're going to start off with the color that is the most dominant color, which is this beet red color. That's going to be the color I start off with my cap band. So you want to make a cap band, and then you want to pull 2 bands through that cap band. I'm going to pull through the same color as the cap band, which I want on my hook first. I want it on the outside once I put it on the hook, and then I want to close it up like that. And then I'm going to take another color, which is going to be another one of that beet red, and we're going to go through the first 2 loops, and then we want to recapture the loop closest to your hook, and then this loop sticking out here, which is this band, we want to take and bring it up and over our hook, and then close it up. So it gives it that little wrapped effect there. So then we want to slide it down, or you can just turn it around, and we want to do the same thing on this side. So again, just going through the first 2 loops, recapture the loop closest to your hook, and then taking this next band in line up and over your hook, and then recapture. Like that. So we still end up with this beet color on the outside and then this other color on the inside. So now is where the bead comes into place. We're just going to add 1 band with a bead in the center, and our goal is to get it only in between the 2 center bands. So we want to add that one side of our bead band to our hook. I want to take it through the first 3 bands, leaving this one on my hook, and then I want to bring the furthest right band over that bead, and then the next center right bead band over to the right side of that bead. I want to recapture that beat color band and my beaded band. So we need to make it the same as the left, so we need to bring this beat color over, and now it is in the center of those two bands. So now we want to grab our next two colors, which will be the same for me, keeping the color I want zigzagged through, the dominant color. I want it on my hook first, and then I want to pull all 4 loops on top. And then close it up. Like that. And make sure all my bands are in order. Okay, then we want to go back and grab that dominant color and just go underneath the first 2 loops, recapturing the one closest to our hook and taking the next one in line over top of our hook, and then close it up. And we just turn it to the other side, or turn it over. Oopsie. And then we grab our next, do the same. And slide this one up and over our hook and close it up. Okay, so that's what you should have. And then again, after we have these 2 loops crossed down, we know it's time to add our bead. So then we just add the one side of our beaded band, and we want to take the first 3 loops and leave this last loop on the hook, and take the right one over our bead, and then take the middle right one to the right side of our bead. There goes the beaded band, and then the red one, I already uncrossed them. Okay, so after we add our beaded band, we know it's time to add 2 plain bands. All 4 loops on top, and then close it up. So that is the pattern. It's a slight variation, but it does give a nice little nestled look. It's not a thick bracelet, so using a 4-6 millimeter bead will make it sit in there nice. And you could also try 8 millimeter. I'm not sure if it would bubble out or not. So I'll do this 2 more times and then we'll close it up. So this is the time where we add the 1 band to each side. Pull the band through, recapture the first, and loop that one over the hook and close it up to the opposite side. And doing the same thing, just the first 2 bands, recapture closest to the hook, and bring this one up and over, and then close it up. And now we add our beaded band to the first 3 loops. And pull this one over the bead. And then the right center band to the right. Well, how about we leave it and I'll show you. You could put it back on your hook and we need to get it in between those two center bands. So after it's on your hook, you can also just take it and slide it over to the right of that bead. But this band here needs to be on the outside, so I will grab that one and pull it over like that. Okay, so last time, after we add our bead, we know it's time to add 2 bands. Pulling them over 3 loops, 4 loops, all loops on our hook, and close it up. Making sure that you have the right colors. In the right areas, like that. And then we add our 2 side bands. Like that. And then we'll add another beaded band through 3 loops, and we can slide the middle right one over that bead and recapture the beaded band and the last band. Pull the last one over like that. And then typically we would add 2 more bands, but I'm only going to add 1 to close it up. So after you have your bracelet to your desired length, this is the way you would close it up, which is super simple. You would just take your dominant color or the one used for your cap band and just pull it through all loops on your hook. And then add your C-clip. Like that. And there you have it. You have Tangled Prayers bracelet. So this one, I wanted to start from the beginning so you could see how to do the bottom part. And again, you could see that it is a modification indeed of the Crossed Prayers bracelet. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions or concerns, you can always rewind. And please make sure that you check out Jane Cushon's Instagram account, which is in the description box below. Give her a big shout out and a follow for these really cute designs. And make sure you hashtag us on Instagram for the hashtag Tangled Prayers bracelet. So hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Love to see your renditions, and stick around. We have lots more coming. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.